Hi, my name is Shagnik Mondal and I am going to present IBM Advanced Data Science Capstone project on chronic kidney disease prediction. So let's begin. The contents are use case and the data set, different stages, data preparation, model training and testing, results and conclusion. So the use case is the term chronic kidney disease means gradual loss of kidney function over time. If the damage is too severe, the kidneys may stop working. It is also called kidney failure. Although early detection can prevent CKD, the goal of this project is to classify whether a patient can be diagnosed with CKD in the future. The model obtained from this project will be useful for making initial predictions of CKD. Now talking about my data set. In this project, I used a dataset of 400 patients and it is distributed by the UCI machine learning repository, and below here is the link of that dataset. So different stages of my project. The first one is data pre-processing, next one data visualization, next feature engineering, then model training and testing, and last model performance assessment. So now let's head over to the IBM Watson notebook. So this is my IBM Watson Studio notebook. So basically in this project I trained a model to predict whether a patient will suffer from chronic kidney disease or not by analyzing the existing data set. So this is basically a binary classification problem. So first I imported some important library. After that I read the data set using pandas data frame, and I also used object storage to read the data set. As you can see, the data set contains 25 attributes, uh, 11 numeric and 14 nominal. In these 25 attributes, 14 are the features and 1 class level. Now for the data quality assessment, the shape of the data is 400 rows and 25 columns, and the information about all the columns here, all the columns here are object data type. Then I remove all the missing data with indicated by the question mark. After that, here I am counting all the null values for the columns. For the feature engineering process, I remove all the null values. In case of nominal values, I used most frequent values, and for the numerical values, I used median values. So now there is no null values in the data set. Here I am doing some additional data cleansing. Some extra question mark is present there in this column. Next, I manually encoded for the categorical string value to binary 1 and 0. Then I convert data types to float data types. Here you can see first there is object and float. Now all the columns are float, and here you can see it is encoded correctly with 1 and zeros, and uh, and here you can see for the class level CKD I used 1 and not CKD I used 0. this is calculation of some statistical data like percentile, mean, standard deviation, and all the quartiles. So in this data visualization process, I plotted all the histogram of the features, like you see the age histogram, the blood pressure histogram. Here you can see I plotted a histogram of class, and the 0 means they have not diagnosed with CKD, and 1 means they have diagnosed with CKD. Here you can see the packet cell volume is higher for most of the people. Almost 120 people have packet cell volume of 50 plus. Next, I plotted a correlation matrix with heat map, and by this matrix, sodium and serum creatinine and hypertension and hemoglobin has the highest negatively correlated value. Here I print all the correlation in a sorted manner from negatively correlated value to the highest positively correlated value. So here we can observe the sodium and serum creatinine has highest negatively correlated value, and that is packet cell volume and hemoglobin has the highest positively correlated value. Now I plotted a graph of age versus CKD. So here blue region is that region where people not diagnosed with CKD, and the orange one is people diagnosed with CKD. So here we can conclude that after 60 age, the patients are more prone to CKD. There is a peak in the CKD, and there is a peak for 40 plus age people that they are not that much prone to CKD. And now I have done data scaling and principal component analysis for dimension reduction. First, I create a target class, and then I create Y as all the features. Then I have done standard scaling on the Y, and here you can see the data after the standard scaling. So now for the dimension and reduction with principal component analysis, I choose 10 dimension to be present. Out of 24, I reduce 14 dimensions or features. So after that, you can see before PCA it was 424. After PCA it is 410, and the data is like that. Now I have created X and Y dataset for training and testing. I split it with 0.2, 20% for testing process and 80% for training process. So first algorithm is random forest classifier. So I created random forest classifier with n estimators 30. It gives the best result for me. Then I feed the training data set, and for the result, the prediction accuracy results is 0.975, precision was 0.98, F1 score is 0.97, and obviously recall is 0.97. Here I plot a confusion matrix, so you can see the confusion matrix. This 26 means for the truth value 0, my machine predicted 0 26 times, and 52 times it predict correctly 1, 2 times it predict wrong. The result is 0, but the machine predicted 1. So because of this, the accuracy result is 0.975. And after that I create a deep learning model with Keras library. So I create a model with a fast hidden layer with 16 nodes, and my activation is sigmoid. As I am doing binary classification, sigmoid gives the best result, so I am using it. The next his second hidden layer is 21 nodes, and for the third hidden layer I use 7, and the output layer obviously 1, and activation is sigmoid for all the layers. And I used Adam optimizer and binary cause entropy for loss, and matrix with accuracy. So I ran this and I got this. Then I done the model fitting, and I trained the model with epochs 100 and batch size of 10. So this is the part. So I almost got 98.75 accuracy for all the training, and theirs become 99% almost. And so for the result, prediction accuracy result is 1.0. Point score is also 1.0. Recall is 1.0. Precision is also 1.0. So again I am plotting a confusion matrix with heat map, and here you can see no error, of course, because the accuracy is 100%. So 28 times my model correctly predicted the 0, and 52 times it correctly predicted 1. So in conclusion, I can say that deep learning model using Keras library shows better result than random forest classifier algorithm. Here you can see in random forest I got 97.5 accuracy, and in deep learning model I got 100% accuracy. So thank you for listening.